The snow bit harder than any memory they had left. Their bare feet were raw, blood-caked in places where the frozen terrain had torn skin from flesh. The taller of the two, Vela, held her sister close under the scant remains of what was once a ceremonial robe, now shredded by weeks of running, hiding, and begging for mercy they never received. Myra's lips were blue. She hadn't spoken in hours. The sky above the abandoned colony world of Tyrax 7 was always the color of drowned sorrow, a heavy teal mist clinging to the jagged earth like grief to bone. What once was a proud outpost of the Velari alliance now lay as wreckage of a forgotten war. The sisters, daughters of Velari nobles, had been left behind after the evacuation. Or rather, discarded. "They'll come back for us," Mira whispered days ago. But they never did. Now they sat huddled beneath the charred ruins of what used to be a trade lodge, surrounded by snow that never stopped falling. Alien by birth, Velari by blood, and now orphans by war, they had no weapons, no food, and no hope. Until the sound of boots in snow shattered their silence. The man who emerged from the mist was not Velari. He wore a thick synthol coat layered over plated armor, the kind salvagers wore to keep warm while scanning dead planets. His rifle was slung over his back, and a drone hovered lazily at his side. Human. Vela moved first, rising slightly, using her body to shield Mira. Her voice was hoarse from dehydration. "We have nothing for you," she said. He stopped just feet away, eyes scanning them, lingering a beat too long on their frostbitten legs, their torn clothing. But there was no lust, no hunger in his stare, only a strange, calm sadness. "I know," he said. His voice was like a low campfire, quiet but warm. Vela narrowed her eyes. "Then leave." Instead, he crouched slowly, removing his coat and laying it over their shivering forms. "Name's Carter," he said. "I came here looking for salvage. Didn't expect to find anyone alive." "We're not your problem," she said bitterly. "You're someone's problem," he said. "But if no one's claiming you, then you're mine now." She glared at him. "You think you can own us?" "No," Carter said. "But I can give you something better than this." He glanced at the wreckage around them. "Come with me. Both of you. My ship's got heat. Food. Blankets." Mira stirred weakly behind Vela. "Blankets," she murmured like it was a myth. Vela was silent for a long moment, but then she met his eyes. "If you try to touch her," she said, "I'll kill you with my bare hands." Carter nodded. "Good. Means you've still got fight left." The inside of Carter's ship, the Mercy Wind, wasn't luxurious, but it was paradise compared to the snow-swept hell outside. Heated floors hummed under Myra's thawing toes. Vela clung to the edge of the bunk and used to softness beneath her. Carter didn't press them with questions. He handed Mira a nutrient bar. She stared at it in awe before nibbling it like a frightened animal. Vela took hers and tore into it in silence. Later, he brought out clothes, thick survival thermals, and insulated boots. Mira broke into tears when she put them on. Vela helped her dress, holding her trembling hands, whispering that it was real, that they were safe, at least for now. Over the next few days, Carter let them be. He cleaned wounds without asking how they got them. He ran med scans and never once flinched at the Velari genome. When Mira had nightmares, he set a hollow projection of a forest glade to soothe her. When Vela paced at night, gripping a salvaged blade she'd stolen from the cargo bay, he let her. He even gave her a second one. "You'll sleep better with two," he said with a small smile. Vela stared at the weapon, then at him. "You don't act like the others." Carter shrugged. "Most of the others are dead. I was raised by people who believed survival meant dignity, not domination." Strange belief for a scavenger. I don't scavenge people, he said. Vela blinked, surprised by how much that meant to her. On the fifth night, while Mira slept peacefully in a proper bed, Vela sat across from Carter in the cockpit. Snow still fell beyond the viewport, endless and gray. You don't know what we are, she said. You're cold, hungry, tired. That's enough. No, she said, sharper now. We're Velari. High-bloods. They left us because of that. Because we were reminders of a war they lost. Carter looked at her with eyes like stone turned warm by time. Then maybe you need someone who doesn't care what blood you have. Vela's voice cracked. We don't belong anywhere. He leaned forward, voice low. You belong where someone wants you to belong. Not because of status or past, but because you matter. Tears welled up before she could stop them. She turned her head away, ashamed. Carter didn't touch her. He didn't need to. Just being there was enough. By the time the Mercy Wind reached orbit, Vela and Mira were different. Healthier. Stronger. They had names again, not just instincts. But Vela still expected it all to fall apart. That's how life had trained her. So when Carter set the coordinates for the Outer Rim colonies, she asked, What happens to us there? Carter looked over his shoulder. You come home with me. Home, Mira whispered, her voice awed. Yeah, Carter said. I've got a place. Quiet. Nobody asking questions. You'll have beds. School if you want it. Work if you're ready. A life. Vela shook her head in disbelief. Why? Why us? Carter gave her a long, steady look. Because when the universe breaks someone, it's not enough to leave them behind. Someone's got to help them back up. Someone helped me once. He smiled. I guess it's my turn now. They landed on a green world, lush, living, and full of birds that didn't screech in fear. The sun was warm. The air was fresh. The house Carter brought them to was small, wooden, with a garden Mira immediately fell in love with. The first night there, Mira slept without crying. The second night, Vela laid her blade down. And the third night, when Carter came home late from helping a neighbor, Mira ran to him. You came back, she said. He blinked, then crouched and wrapped his arms around her. Of course I did, he whispered. This is your home now. Behind them, Vela stood in the doorway, watching the impossible become reality. And for the first time in her life, she whispered the words she never thought she'd say. We're safe.